Imagine meeting iShowSpeed at a grocery store. No screaming, no barking, no black flips, no breaking furniture. Just a normal guy buying snacks. Sounds impossible because millions of people know Speed as the internet's most chaotic human being. The guy who screams louder than a jet engine, celebrates goals like the world is ending, and somehow turns every live stream into complete madness. But here's the strange part. People who have met in real life, other creators, and even people close to him often describe someone completely different. Someone quieter, calmer, more respectful. So, which one is real? Was Speed always the insanely extroverted? Did fame change him? Or did he accidentally invent one of the greatest internet characters ever created? Because once you understand how Speed became, you will also understand one of the biggest secrets behind internet fame itself. So let's go back before the millions of subscribers, before the screaming, before the barking, to a teenager with almost nobody watching. People assume Speed was born loud. That's exactly not true. Back in 2019, Darren Watkins Jr., the person behind iShowSpeed, started streaming to almost no viewers. Hours and hours, sometimes only a handful of people watching. No viral clips, no millions of views. Just another teenager hoping someone would notice him. And if you watch those early streams, you will notice something interesting. Yes, he was energetic. He joked around. He got excited during games. But compared to today's Speed, he almost looks normal. He wasn't at the human explosion we know today. So, what changed? The answer is something every social media platform rewards: attention. Because the internet has one brutal rule: being good isn't enough, being unforgettable is. Imagine you are streaming every day. One day you accidentally overact to something. You scream, you jump, people will click it. The clip gets 50,000 views. The next day you scream even louder. Now it gets 5 lakh views. Then a million. Without realizing it, your brain starts learning something. Loud equals views. Crazy equals clicks. Bigger reaction mean bigger audience. Psychologists call this positive reinforcement. Every reward teaches your brain to repeat a behavior. For most people, it's getting praised at work. For Speed, the reward was billions of people laughing. Every viral movement trained him to become even more expressive. And after thousands of streams, those exaggerated reactions became almost automatic. But something even more powerful was happening. He wasn't just reacting anymore. He was performing now. Here's something most people misunderstand. Being loud on camera doesn't necessarily mean you are loud all day. Actors don't stay in character after filming. Stand-up comedians aren't telling jokes every second. Professional wrestlers aren't fighting at the grocery store. And live streamers, many of them develop what psychologists sometimes describe as a performance persona, an amplified version of themselves for an audience. Not fake, amplified. Think about it. If your funniest joke made everyone laugh, you would probably tell it again. If one facial expression made millions of people happy, you would naturally use it more often. Over time, that exaggerated version becomes your public identity. That's exactly what seemed to have happened with Speed. The real Darren didn't disappear. He simply learned how to turn his energy up to 100 whenever the camera was on. And that's much harder than people think. Streaming for 6, sometimes 8 hours while keeping millions entertained is practically a performance marathon. This is where the internet gets confused. People see calm clips of Speed off camera, then compare them to his live streams, and they conclude he's fake. But that's probably the wrong conclusion. Imagine your favorite teacher. They are energetic in class and they would explain very well. They would joking around in the class and moving around fastly. Then you meet them at the restaurant. They are quiet, relaxed. Does that mean the classroom version was fake? No. Different environments bring out different sides of us. The same applies to entertainers. Speech live stream isn't a documentary. It's a stage, and once the show ends, the performer gets to rest. But here's the part nobody talks about. When millions of people expect you to be the loudest person on the internet, you can never have an ordinary day. If you're calm, people say you have changed. If you are quieter, people think something is wrong. If you don't scream, they complain the stream is boring. Imagine carrying that expectation every single day. And eventually, the audience isn't just watching your personality, they are expecting a performance. And that's one of the hidden costs of internet fame. So, did iShowSpeed become extremely extroverted? Yes, but probably not in the way most people think. He didn't magically transform into someone else. He took parts of his real personality, his excitement, his competitiveness, his humor, and turned the volume all the way up. Because on today's internet, the loudest moments spread the fastest. The most unforgettable personalities survive, and Speed mastered the game better than almost everyone. So, next time you see him screaming at the top of his lungs, remember, you might not just be watching a personality, you might be watching one of the greatest live performers the internet has ever created.